So what's the future? If all the big ones eventually say, I'm too big for this, I want a clothing line, it's the same as music. What's the future of music if these niggas don't want to be moguls and
rap is 75 years old, and we have had act after act come and say that exact same thing. Fuck this game.
And look what rap is now. No moguls, no OGs left, just a bunch of personalities, and like you said, people famous for who they are. Oh, I'm Snoop Dogg, Snoopy D-O double G. Bet I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna also do this Trump joint. I'm not gonna have. Look, I own Death Row Records, but I'm not putting no artists on. I just own it. I'm still Snoop Dogg. 60
you
years
don't
old
see the artist that he putting on. You can't say that. You don't know that. You just start saying stuff you don't know. That nigga is putting artists on.
Tell me. Yo, it's the MalloryBros podcast. We tapping in once again. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. It's your boy Terrence. It sounds like and it looks like it's just me, but you got your boy Terrell up in the building.
I know you was gonna do me like that. What up?
Yes,
285.
Yes,
Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody had a dope New Year. Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year.
Yeah. We made it.
Hate that we coming at y'all with a virtual episode, but y'all, I know y'all have seen this flu season and what it's doing. Our crew boy, he's got the sniffles. We made the choice to do a virtual podcast just to keep it safe, y'all. My parents wanting to babysit and all of that. Got to keep them safe.
Was lined up to have the parentals here, man, to babysit. And Terrence, what a decision we made, because the boys started off with just the sniffles, and it has progressed to a full-on baby cold. You know,
we don't think it's flu. Terrell's next, and then me.
We don't think it's flu. We don't think it's that, because he don't have like a fever or nothing bad, but he definitely got him a little cold. Me and Gigi just braced for impact, bro. I was telling Mom, we looked at each other like when the lava's coming and you're just dying. Gigi said we like well, I don't want to spoil it. It was a Stranger Things spoiler, but we like when they was on that table and it was just like, we're fucked. We know we sick, bro. We know we gonna get sick.
It's all good, Terrell. Even though
I'm on my vitamin C tough, I'm on my everything tough, I might dodge it.
You know what you also look like you on tough? You look like a 2025 new Cleveland Browns Shador fan. You're not even a fan of the team. You're a fan of Shador, so you got on colors. You dressed like Deion Sanders Jr.
You see what I'm on? Walking your trap, take over your tribe.
Yes,
Who at
sir.
the one? Who up to one? Who did they say was gonna be there? Nobody said.
You see why I got mine on? Philly fans.
Got that.
Philly fans.
Ted, do you
I
know
y'all ain't think y'all was about to skate away with me not saying nothing about us getting that W, even though it was the worst W of the year. We all wanted to lose because we didn't want to have the 7th pick. We wanted something better. But Philly, fuck y'all, belt the ass, beat y'all, and guess what, Terrell? Philly thought they was not going to play their starters and that they was going to keep the number 2 pick, the number 2 spot in the NFC. Guess what? Feels so good to end out season and fuck some shit up for them.
We are going to talk about the playoff bracket, y'all. We're going to talk about the playoff bracket. Start with a weekend recap. Terrence, you go. Happy New Year. What was it like that week? Last time we left, it was a couple days before.
Weekend recap. Brought the new year in with Terrell and Gigi. That was dope. Me on Terrell and Gigi. Definitely dope to bring it in us 4. We just got a dope thing that we building, believe it or not. Yeah. Outside of that, I really had a tough time letting go of the holiday, y'all. I'm gonna just keep it 100. I've had a hard time this year letting go of the Christmas spirit, and that little space in between New Year and Christmas is like, okay, bet the New Year's here. Something about this year, y'all, I did not have that, oh my God, I'm so ready for 2026. I don't know if it's because we done been started a whole bunch of shit in November and December. So it just kind of feels like we done already got going on 2026. But
I feel that, bro.
Basically, just to say that I started the weekend and I've just been ready. I mean, I started the year and I have just been ready to like go, keep going.
Bro, it's January the 5th. It's National Take Down Your Christmas Lights or last day your Christmas lights supposed to be on day, right? For the outside of your house. You keep your tree up inside, but around the 5th through the 10th, Christmas lights outside start going away. You don't know nobody turn them on outside no more. And I'm kind of sad about that, bro. I'm sad about that. I had such a good Christmas season. We did our big one, making the Christmas cheer. But I am sad that the joint going. I was just telling Gigi the other day, I was like, damn, the Mariah Carey, the this, to that going already. Normally we'd be like off it. And maybe if we were still working retail TV, we might not feel this way. But I'm trying to say that motherfucker leaving. But
it's definitely a transitional period, y'all. We ready for something new this year. And I think I don't mean that like me and Terrell more so than I mean like everybody this year. All right, 2026. What is this year going to bring as far as entertainment? What is the world going to bring as far as, you know, the politics and what the world is getting ready to really look like? Like, it just seems like this year is going to be a very big transitional year. And it's the reason why we came into this year feeling like this. You see how people are starting to talk about January being slow. People are talking about...
And T, is not even just, think about last year, January. Wham, Lil Baby's project that wasn't the leaks. He wasn't in that space. It was like he was working on that joint. So we got that in the beginning. Bad Bunny's album came out a year ago today. The one that the album of the year from last year for a lot of people came out a year ago today. We had the weekend to start this year musically. So in the entertainment space, film is, I would say, on fire. But music is kind of... Ain't even shit. We don't even got that.
And to me, if we being honest, I feel like everything that drops this month, low key, has been worked on majority of the time before. So you can give it to this year, but then also there's remember Roddy dropped that. I think Roddy had a project that dropped that went number one. That box joint. Remember it dropped in like January or December, and we were always putting it in the year either before or after. We were like, but it's basically So my thing is, 2026, I'm excited, y'all. Shout out to everybody that is part of the Realest 9 on Patreon that watched last night, Music Mondays. Tapping back in ATL, London on the Track, producer series, man. It's one of the best series on the internet. It's one of the best series on the internet. It is,
man. I watched that joint before we, I managed to watch that joint. So,
bro, I'm telling you.
That joint was a lot of fun, man. I love that series.
It's an unbeatable recipe that I feel like is dope because it is truly fresh. It does truly feel like giving real flowers to the producers. But Terrell, I feel like I'm rapping. Your weekend recap and we can get started on this shit.
Yes, I was going to say also big shout out to everybody that is still subscribed to the big main channel. The TDE produced by the very first episode we did went out. We got 3 more of those episodes, y'all. We got 3 more that y'all haven't seen that are on Patreon. If you want to go see them, tap in with us, man. So far as weekend recap, me and the fiancé took advantage of an opportunity for the Gramps to take the boy, and we went out on New Year's Eve.
Sonny one was there.
Yeah. Sonny was there. They both stayed the night. Grandparents loved it whenever they get to, you know, spend extra time with them. And it was Crew's first time being away from us overnight where neither of us was there. But went to a dope ass restaurant, loved every meal we got. Restaurant called Circa out Tyson's, went out there. We did the Sandbox VR Stranger Things joint. Shout out to everybody that is subscribed to the more tier. The Behind the Bros for that one in a couple weeks. It's gonna be crazy, man. We was in that joint screaming like hell. We was sore the next couple of days. I don't know if anybody has ever seen the Sandbox VR. You probably seen it on IG. That shit. Well, if you don't, they didn't have us, and I have my own experience about how they did our fucking bringing us in, where they just landed. I told Terrence, they just landed us in this fucking place. They bring you back, put the headset on you. Bruh, you could tell was ready to get off because we had dinner at 8, Sandbox VR 10:15, so we can make it back to Terrence now for the ball drop.
Y'all see, me and On was not trying to be out and about for like that. Terrell invited me. I said, VR.
We got in that mix.
Stranger Things. I'm good.
And Terrence, we could have used y'all help in that joint. Me and Gigi was getting fucked up by them Demodogs, Demogorgons, the bats, the fucking Mind Flayer. That joint crazy, bro. Not even on no ad shit. But that was dope. Did anything else happen in my weekend taking care of crew? Oh yeah, we are washed. Because the day after we stayed up super late, you remember T, we didn't leave Terrence and them joint till like after 2 on some young.
Oh, we did. We still got to talk about this weekend. Sonny went to a birthday party. Happy birthday, Delaney.
Delaney,
I don't know if we
yeah.
can say it out loud, but
Yeah,
Sonny went
for
to a
sure.
birthday party first time. That was definitely an eventful parent weekend, y'all. It was a parent weekend.
It was.
You
Gigi
know,
did a
getting
cake.
Yeah, Gigi
Cake
did
was
the
good.
cake, get Sonny in her costume and all of that. And she was a princess. She's Princess Tiana. Yeah. With everything going on and then try and do that. But
yeah.
nonetheless, man.
Doechii put out this song called Girl Get Up featuring SZA. And the news of the song is the fact that Doechii decided to take some shots at, some folks, right? And in all of the, decipher the lyrics, people figured out that Doechii was talking about or took some shots at Adin Ross, who has been very, very disrespectful to her over the past whatever. And it just became this big talking to TL just about the disrespect, because once the verse came out, Adin doubles down. He's calling her the B word. Like there's racial, there's a lot. He's already been on a little bit of a tirade with, I don't know if anybody kept up with the Glasses Malone situation, where he told Glasses Malone, you got baby mamas probably, you just go take care of your fucking kids. Those are still all of those microaggressions, and to find out that Glasses doesn't have kids. He doesn't have any baby mamas. It's like people trying to make excuses. Oh, he says it to everybody, whatever. Anyway, long story less long. Back to the Doechii.
This is the same dude, Adin Ross, that told bruh he could say the N-word the other day.
This is that same Adin Ross that told the dude from FaZe, bro, you can say it. Obviously, he's way too motherfucking comfortable, right? And that's why we having this convo. But just to start back at the Doechii record, which was dope, I guess I won't even read the lyrics, but T, one of the lyrics that I won't read all the lyrics, but the standout from the record, right? We'll talk about a couple things. So what happens when the it girl black, right? Doechii has a line when she says, you suck these rap niggas' dicks from the back. But what happened? But what's the agenda when the it girl's black? And that became a conversation on the TL. So we can actually start there. Because T, I actually unearthed some more layers to that than I think what people are realizing with Doechii.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
Adin Ross, when Doechii say, I seen it on the blogs and I seen it in the chat. You suck these rap niggas' dick from the back, but what's the agenda when the it girl is black? A lot of people took that as Doechii just saying, oh, because I'm a black woman or because I'm black, you talking shit about me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me personally. And at first I thought the same thing. And I was thinking, well, the industry plant conversation is a little bit deeper than her skin tone because it has everything to do with back in, how last year went, whatever. But when I thought about what she said, and you think about Adin Ross disrespect for black women did not start with Doechii. It started with Meg. Well, I would say it crested with Meg. Because think about it. Everybody, well, for the people that don't know, if you remember the Tory Lanez 21 Savage, and you remember that joint? He did that joint sitting next to who? Adin Ross.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, when the shit goes down between Tory and Meg, Adin was one of the loudest voices in, oh, that bitch, she's a this, oh, bitch, right? And guess what? People excused his disrespect for Meg because of who they painted Meg to be. So disrespecting a black woman in that situation was excused in a sense. Not saying that Meg is this perfect person, right? But I feel like we allowed him to disrespect her on ground, just collectively. Most people didn't. A lot of people that don't fuck with him don't. But he got comfortable disrespecting this black woman because she did Tory wrong, bro. He's my bro, Yeah. And so you fast forward to what's your next thing? Now, all of a sudden, after you have all of these rappers and shit up here, right, on your platform, now all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but you have your Trump run, where now the black woman you disrespecting or the black woman in question would be Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? So you disrespected the shit out of Kamala Harris in terms of, standing by Trump. Fast forward, your guy Drake goes at it with Kendrick. Now you're obviously anti everything TDE. And whether fans want to admit it or not, a lot of what Doechii is going through is remnants of being a casualty in the fucking beef of last year. Because I argue, I would, if she was signed to anybody else but TDE, I feel like the conversation may have went a different way for some of the things she got lumped into. But, that happens. And Adin Ross has gotten, now you two black women disrespected deep. So when it came to Doechii, it was, oh yeah, F this bitch. This bitch. In front of, you're comfortable doing that. And so that's why I feel like, just to bring it all the way back to her saying, you suck these rap niggas dick from the back. But what's the agenda when the it girl is black? That's Doechii pointing out that, we let bruh disrespect too many black women. And you see how the culture caught right on into that, because he ended up facing immediate backlash. And a lot of people coming out and saying, fuck Adin Ross or whatever. So that's kind of the crux of the whole situation. His angle is, I tell everybody to take care of their kids. I call everybody a bitch, whatever, And I ain't want to rap. I want to know what you think about the whole situation. But that was the talk of the Tia.
When you think about the long game, how long are we going to have to deal with this? Because it seems like streamers are not even doing what y'all used to do. Sitting there, being dope and entertaining. It always seems like now drama. It's like streamers have these little mini podcasts of like when academics go on stream, he low-key has his own little podcast. He gonna get up there and say, hey, this happened this week. We talking about it. And we talked about these days, a podcast is that. So first and foremost, let me just say, because I feel like maybe I haven't said loud enough, I feel like what Adin Ross is doing is whack as fuck. I think it's whack and lame, and I think we're able to see it. I'm one of the people that felt like Doechii shouldn't have won Best Rap Album at the Grammys. This shit, I feel like, has gone too far with the Adin Ross shit. Mm-hmm. I feel like the disrespect that he's doing with her, it just comes from like, if you ask me, it comes from the pick a side aspect of shit, and it also comes from not having shit else to do.
I feel like it comes from, I feel like black people.
You don't think it comes from a pick a side aspect with Adin Ross, like you said, with
sure, but he has to be allowed to disrespect this girl like this. He has to feel comfortable enough before he'll do it.
Where do we disagree? I feel like we agree.
I feel like what did you just say? You're saying say what you just said again.
I don't know if my point's being missed. All I'm saying is I don't think that, and maybe you don't like me bringing up the beef. I don't think that.
Oh, no. T, you said you don't feel like this is some pick a side stuff. And even though I do,
I do.
No, you was asking me, and I do.
I do think it's a pick a side.
Right. I get that you think that, and I think it's rooted in that. I do think it's still rooted in that, but I think Adin Ross calling her a bitch and being so comfortable disrespecting her out loud like this is because the black people around him don't hold him accountable for it. So, like I said in the past, he's gotten think about it, T. It's like when you let the white boy, or when the white boy in the room says the N-word and looks around and nobody says anything. So now he like, they ain't gonna trip if I say it. You know what I'm saying? Or like he done disrespected two black women before this one. And I think it's not necessarily the beef shit that has him doing this shit, even though it's rooted. I think a lot of it's rooted there. This nigga is too comfortable, and the black people around him need to be held accountable.
I feel like the point you making is like beside my point. I wasn't saying that. Like you're correcting me.
I'm only responding to. I'm not correcting you. I'm only responding to you saying you don't think it's. You were asking me. You said you don't think it's some pick a side shit with the beef, and I do, but I don't think that's why Adin is disrespected.
I didn't ask you that, and I didn't say that.
You just asked me that,
and I did not.
You don't think it's. You said you don't think this is some pick a side shit with the beef.
I'm saying I don't care about the beef anymore to okay and allow the disrespect to Doechii. That was literally my point.
I'm not saying you didn't say it like that at first. I didn't hear that.
I don't know. All I'm saying is Because it is from the beef. I don't care what nobody says. You're not doing this if she's just a regular chick. You obviously got, there's like you said with the Tory Lane shit. There's obviously ties that calls for shit like this. But I do think, look, let's just keep moving it forward. I do think a lot of like white and other races are very comfortable with the N-word. And y'all might think I'm coming for the streamers, but I swear it's the streamers. Like, we've seen Adin Ross doing this shit, saying, oh, it's okay, bro, you can do this shit. Like, Kai Cenat, y'all let Ray, the Asian dude, say all these type of black things, and it's funny, you know? Even the other dude, I don't know if his name just is Rage, but they always try and get that Spanish girl to say the N-word. Oh, she say nigga. Oh, she say nigga. It's like, it's become this thing where I think we are kind of getting a little lax around the word. Too many people are saying it and getting away with it. Too many people that are white are saying the N-word and playing the, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah.
Or and I'll even add, like you said, like bringing up the race situation, because a lot of people don't get it. And even with like Act, I don't like anybody that's not, I'm sorry, I'm a Black American. If you don't have a tie to slavery or the origin of the N-word, I feel like you shouldn't be the person to speak for it. Act is Jamaican, so think about it. Kai Cenat is also not Black American. These people don't have the same tie to the N-word that even you and I do, because they can easily say, oh, I'm not a part of that. I don't come from that. They use the N-word in the leisure fun way, but they're not policing niggas. They're not policing the Adin Rosses because they don't have that. It don't feel the same, I would say. But you're right.
We're used to picking up on lingos like we used to picking up shit like pushing P, trim, like twin, gang. We pick up on lingo when it happened, but we cannot treat the N-word like that. And I feel like we starting to treat the N-word in a way where it's like the N-word not Chrome Heart, bro. You can't just like get enough aura to say it. You know, it ain't like you got enough aura, you can say it. Nah, no.
And Adin Ross telling Adin Ross, a Jewish kid who's white, who's saying to another white dude, bro, you could say it. If you don't mean it like this, then you could say it. That goes to show you how it's gone too far. I have a pattern of disrespecting all women. Look at me say this about this chick. Look at what I said about this chick. Act, show them this. It's like black people don't give a other shit though. Black people don't give a fuck that you disrespect all women. We are looking at you disrespect black women and zooming in on that now, nigga. Like nobody's thinking, oh, since you disrespect all races of women and all these other women, nobody even cares about that. We could sandwich Kamala, Meg, and Doechii now in a box and say we have a problem with you because, and what I think, T, and just to move the conversation forward, I think more of our celebrities should say, fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one of the things that I realize people won't do that for. Oh, what? Go ahead, T.
Nothing. Mine don't have nothing to do with that. Mine's about something else. Go ahead. One of the reasons people won't do that.
I feel like people won't do that because of the risk reward, right? I was thinking about it. Like, why would an artist come out and say, yo, F that dude? You're not going to gain more fans from saying fuck Adin Ross. And you run the risk of all of his fans now getting on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Which could have a negative impact on you. So a lot of people are staying quiet, but I feel like times like this is where the culture need to like put people in their place. Adin Ross
needs to be said. Sometimes we don't do stuff, bro, because there's no point.
What you mean?
Sometimes you don't take up for the black. Sometimes you don't take the, yo, I'm about to stand up for what's right against black people, because sometimes, bro, you feel like I'm about to do this and just lose my job, and then I ain't about to start a movement. And that's what I was going to tell you. A lot of people won't come out and say something because, like you said, if I do say, you know what this reward is this, you can't necessarily always count on the community to be behind you. You be jumping out there, and then you done jumped out there on your own too. They chop your income off, chop this off. Now you feel like, yo, I need my community to hold me up, and that's not always.
It's kind of like if you Colin Kaepernick, right, and you see how like you took the knee and you low key got banished from the league for the cause, just for years later, looking back. Not saying that he shouldn't have did what he did. I think what he did is in history, right?
Yeah.
But
what
at
did
the
he do?
end of it, niggas went right back to watching football.
Nobody had his back. Nobody stopped watching football. Nobody really had his back for real. Niggas just bought black jerseys. But when you think about it, nobody really had his back enough to make an impact. And guess what? Just like what I'm saying, he made a dope move that we all respect, didn't really follow. And now, he just lost his job.
But the people that have that mindset, because what you're saying right now, which is that what you're saying right now to me leads to you just being oppressed forever. Because with that mindset, nobody will ever challenge the system again because, why would I say this? All y'all gonna do is run back like you did Balenciaga, like you did this, like you did that, and which is true, but we can't keep that mindset. We can't. That's why with situations like this with go ahead, Terrell. No, you got it. Situations like this with Adin Ross, I do think it's like, okay, bet, Terrell, we're going to have a problem with it. We do need to kind of, like that dude said in his tweet, we do need to pull away. Like, yes, we can't hurt you. We can't hurt you. We can't affect what you do. Yeah. We can just make you have to work with who you are because you are working within our fucking, you working within our space. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be
the people you disrespect.
Yes, I would argue Adin Ross, and you could put me on record. He would not be shit without the black people that he have come across. You were a nigga that streamed with. I remember when I figured out who he was, it was because he was streaming with Bronny, and I knew Bronny because of his father. And everybody remembers the clip of Bron picking up the mic and going, "Yo," and you going, "Is this LeBron?" Oh, and then Bron said, "Oh," he said, "Is this LeBron?" And it's like the moment was, "Oh shit!" This kid that was streaming with Bronny got to meet LeBron.
Yeah,
who's one of the most legendary black people alive right now, right? So that's already like Adin Ross' proximity to black people is his success to me. Because after that, think about it. One of your biggest streams being like those joints with Tory Lanez, all of the black cosigns you've gotten over the years, Drake, all of the black streamers that you now can sit beside, all you niggas that stream and play the game, 2K. To me, you owe your life, you owe your career to Chris Move. He did it and created all of you niggas. A black dude. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you take all of the black artists and all of the rappers and everybody that will go up there and sit next to Adin Ross, if all the black people say, you know what, you on that bullshit and you being disrespectful shit, we not going up there. None of us. Who does he have left to sit with? 6ix9ine, the lame ass niggas that already co-sign whatever.
Drake.
And guess what? People not even really fucking with him like that. And if he go up there and fuck with you, I'm not gonna fuck with him like that. I feel like
if Drake keeps fucking with Adin Ross, it's gonna make me not fuck with.
It's gonna make me start looking at you away.
And Drake is already.
It's to the point where
Drake is already kind of like, I don't really know what to fuck with anymore.
And you know what's crazy, T? As two niggas that's fans of bro and want the music and get that the battle happened. It being 2026, we had to go through the whole last year with you. In this lawsuit that you ended up losing with less evidence. People are talking about the new joint, right? The civil joint. And and I would tell Terrence, this nigga, people were telling me at Terrence, y'all are overreacted for even thinking about this like this. Then it's like, oh, they have a fucking stake bet for $100,000, a transfer or whatever. Then they're saying that they're using it to buy streams. Your man had tweets. And we had to go the whole summer on the tweets. And Axe said, and when niggas said, this is not enough, we had to wait. We gave it weight. So, like, I feel like people not even fucking with bro for real. With Drake, we love him. We can't wait for the album. We just did the Decades joint for Nothing Was the Same.
The history is there, but what you do going forward, bruh.
Yeah.
I will always love Runaway by Kanye West, but I ain't listen to Bully.
So, right. And look, T, getting back to the Adin Ross thing, like, it's a bigger issue than we think. And like you starting to see, like, Joe Budden said, I think people should fuck him up. I think it's time to fuck him up. Like, what did Adin Ross do? And this is where black people always got to remember that when we let people in our safe spaces, right? And y'all think this shit cool. This shit be cool until they exercise the privilege they know they always have, which is what? What Adin Ross say? Or now I'm being told by 40-year-old plus guys and being threatened with gang violence. Oh, but before I was, yo, Joe Budden, you a bitch. Yo, you a bitch. Talking about me. Soon as the nigga try and say nigga should put hands on you, you retreat to I'm just a white guy in trouble. Police. I got police with me. It's like, y'all got to see what these people do. They take advantage of us so that they can make money off of us. Because guess what? Hip hop is the biggest export. It's the biggest genre. All these niggas coming up here got your streams going crazy. You know? It ain't even you playing the game no more. So if we take that away, what does bruh have? But the bad thing, bruh, is that I don't think it'll happen.
Me and Terrell's plans right now that we have right now revolve around creating. And if things break down, then you have to create different. I just have this mindset that I do not feel like streaming is creating. I feel like that's exactly why Kai Cenat said, I have a passion to create. Because I literally do not feel like that he feels like that what he's been doing with streaming is creating more so than it's just documenting. It's being outside. Streaming is the equivalent to going outside a certain corner every week and saying, yo, we over here, we popping, yo, put money in the bucket, yo, we entertaining, yo, today we got, think about it. That's literally like, that's standing on the stage every week and we making it happen. What happened? Oh, bet. Like, but and like when you think about the structure of it, it's like, I really don't know what the future is. The reason why I say that is because with the Adin Ross shit, it really ain't going to be that hard for us to pull away something that was already temporary. Terrell, I'll let you go.
How can you say that with Speed literally having streaming on the biggest stage in Africa right now?
Look at what Speed is doing.
Teaching kids that have never been there about it in a way that we never had this before. And we have that through streaming. Now, I will say Speed, Kai, and them are like this amount of the fucking everybody.
Just because he's telling other kids how to stream, I don't really feel, or giving other kids the opportunity.
Imagine you've never been to Africa. No, imagine you've never been to Africa. Him doing the stream in Africa and going to all these countries is allowing people to see parts of Africa that they've never seen before. And you can't take that. You can't take the stream aspect away.
Think about what I said.
Saying streaming is dying, and I feel like it's low key at its height.
Well, that's my thing. I don't think it's dying. Maybe that's a bad statement, y'all. I more so feel like the reason why it's a bad statement because I'm too early saying it.
But I agree with that.
You know, you're too early.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know,
because the ceiling can only get but so high. You can only travel to so many countries.
Our show Speed is in fucking Africa. Like, yo, remember what I just told you about how streaming is more on the side of documentation than creation. Oh, that's dope. Terrell, I want you to think about if we do a vlog to think about the vlog where you say, yo, we went to Dubai. Watch our Dubai vlog. Versus the vlog where we say, trying to figure out which candy bar is the best. We eat in every one. Which one is documenting and which one is creating? Like you're clicking
I don't
one
like
video
that because
I'm not. Hey, look,
they're both creating.
You could say that they're both creating. I don't like the
example because I don't think the streaming isn't like the vlog because the vlog is something that lives as a video. Like that's like a movie.
I get it. I'm not saying all streaming
is that.
Get clipped, I just feel like at the height of streaming, it's documenting dope ass shit. Is what it seems like the best streamers do. Document dope life.
I don't think you can say that that's not creating though. I don't know if I would go that far as to say this ain't creating, it's documenting. Because they still,
because look, I'm not trying to go back and forth with you. It's really not about me saying it's not creating more so than it's less creating and more documenting so that when you go without guests, when you go without celebrity appearances, the pressure on you to like create is your pressure to live your life in a dope way. And that's why I feel like it's going to be hard. I Show Speed will always be I Show Speed. But if we're talking about the future of streaming. Do we have 25 more show speeds? Terrell, when we started doing the reaction shit, right? Say what you want. There was room for so many more. You just brought up Chris Smoove and what he did with playing 2K and sitting and doing that. There was room for so many more people to like do that. I feel like with streaming, like we talked about, Terrell, everybody can't just sit down and watch everybody. Everybody can't sit down in front of their computer and just do nothing. Because low key, Terrell, what iShowSpeed is doing is not the average.
Yeah.
What DDG and them doing is not the average. The average streamer, right? They're the apex. They're like, and you saying, them. I should have
we're seeing these niggas in my.
Go ahead.
We're seeing them run out of ideas.
We're seeing Adin Ross
seeing it like, okay, we starting to see ceilings where it's like, okay,
you're either going to go political or big. It's like, Adin Ross, you went political. He did it all. Like, remember, Terrell, this is what I was thinking. I really feel like streaming was on deck. You know how you on deck? Streaming was literally being used as the platform to roll music out, bro. I'm literally telling you, the music industry started saying, holy, it is. But like, you can see the music industry feeling like, oh shit, like, let's take advantage of this streaming shit and get the stars going up there. You can literally feel it. It started to
over
feel
the last year and
like,
a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj and all the people that went up to Castanet joint to drop their albums. I feel like that was
less like
years.
It feels less like a honest guest and more like okay, now you got a guest because they got an album coming out or they got a movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
If
it started to be like that, yeah.
If that platform is not sustainable, Terrell, they gonna move on to the next. That's what like marketing is.
That's what the industries do. Yeah.
And bro, when that happens, that's not necessarily a good look for streaming. Because what if we talked about with it right now? It's
saying. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is we talking about. Let's go all the way back to the OG point. The OG point is that we need to be pulling away from.
Because I feel like we're going to.
If he's.
Yes.
We need to pull away from Adin Ross if he's being disrespectful. And all I'm saying is I feel like the industry and that the people, period, are pulling away from the streamers already, period. Maybe I was too long with it saying it, but like it kind of feels like without the iShow speeds showing us that that the sky is the limit, I don't think that you got a bunch of musicians ready to sit down with iShow Speed. He's dope, but like he's doing his own thing. I know. That's why I'm saying I don't feel like it'll be hard to pull music away. It's my thing. I don't think that that's just my only point. I'm not saying streaming is dying because of that. I'm saying, put it like this, maybe this is a better point. I think the aspect of hip hop and streaming being this thing isn't necessarily the flower we think it is.
Oh yeah. I would agree with that. Streaming is kind of like an up in the air thing because I get what you're saying about the longevity of it.
Streaming.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about the longevity of it, but they got the Streamer Awards. There's so many streamers, bro, that have motion that we're not even mentioning. We're mentioning like it's almost like if you only talked about rap and mentioned like Jay-Z and these big names, but you still got all of these artists that really carry the genre. You know what I'm saying? Even not really carry, but like are still in the genre. Oh, they just did a Streamer Awards. I don't feel like we could say yet that, but I feel like if you're looking 10 years down the line, you do think, okay, bet. So like, it's almost like if you threw a Project X party, you can only throw a party so big before it's like with the Mafia-thon, we started feeling that with Kyle, with his fans starting to say like, I'm starting to feel like this joint is just that. It's like, damn, what more can bruh do online? He can't sleep with Drewski, Kevin Hart, and you know what I'm saying? It get to a point where you have to you got to dangle a new carrot.
I just don't feel like, and I think my golden point was, I don't think the streamers themselves will feel the gratification of what they're doing in the long run, because it just kind of feels like you're doing whatever you want. And Terrell, you know what that is like low key, even a retired person who worked for years gets to the point where doing whatever I want, cool, but like I need some type of structure. I'd rather give to something that feels like I'm getting something back than do something that feels like I can do whatever I want. And look at Castanet. The nigga literally had to come out and say, I have a passion to create. You've been creating, right, Terrell, to the streamers. Why did he say that? If y'all don't like me saying what I'm saying, why is Castanet standing on stage feeling like he wants to tell you he has a passion to create? I think it's because he don't feel like he's been creating.
And I think I think they do understand that the streaming shit isn't necessarily an art form. It's more like a medium that they're using, right? But they have these streamers, like you said, a lot of the people that we got from I feel like streaming, as opposed to it being like a something that's gonna go away, I feel like it's gonna be kind of like Snapchat or Vine or some of these mediums that came and birthed careers. We had people that career was birthed on Vine. We got people whose career was birthed in like the early YouTube days, where we'll always look at that. We'll always look at like streaming as the platform that became what it is. And I do think as we live a more online life, we're talking about a Netflix that's getting ready to potentially close theaters. People are going to be more on their phones. I can't, and I won't join the wave of saying streaming is about to be out of here but I do think in the 10-year, 20-year spectrum, from a creativity standpoint, I can see that.
We don't got to worry about hip hop artists having trouble not fucking with Adin Ross, because I feel like low key, y'all were already on streamers. Period. We're already kind of on deck. It wasn't the main thing. It's not Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club is solid. Low key, not gonna go anywhere. Stars will always be able to go up there and promote a shit low key unless it gets canceled. But at least we know that's what it's for. Streaming, we don't really know what y'all gonna do, what y'all want to do. It's too all over the place to kind of like say this is exactly where we know we can go to promo something. So like it is gonna be on the streamers and their talents and what they want to do.
Streamers have cachet. Like Plaque if you drop an album and you can go do Plaque stream, like I think you underestimating how much Gen Z and the younger kids
don't even want to stream. Plaque wants to be an artist himself. Even he don't want to stream for real. Bro,
no, you're right. You're right about the long conversation.
Low-key eventually don't even want to stream. So what's the future? If all the big ones eventually say, I'm too big for this, I want a clothing line. It's the same as music. What's the future of music if these niggas don't want to be moguls and
rap is 75 years old, and we have had act after act come and say that exact same thing. Fuck this game.
And look what rap is now. No moguls, no OGs left, just a bunch of personalities, and like you said, people famous for who they are. Oh, I'm Snoop Dogg, Snoopy D-O-double-G. Bet I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna also do this Trump joint. I'm not gonna have, look, I own Death Row Records, but I'm not putting no artists on. I just own it. I'm still Snoop Dogg. 60
you don't see the artist that he putting on. You can't say that. You don't know that. You just start saying stuff you don't know. That nigga is putting artists on.
Tell me.
Terrence, you don't know them because they not popping. And you also be saying stuff like you the nigga that be perusing and checking for new artists, boy. Terrell, but then you want to get on here and say finite stuff like
Terrell. If Snoop Dogg was really putting artists in position to be next up, you would know. Terrell, you talking about we don't see it, but like we would know.
I don't think there's no more money in that. There's no money in Snoop Dogg saying
we're not talking about the money. We talking about what hip-hop
right here is next.
Damn, bro, we've been rapping about this shit. It's a good one.
I don't want to, and I was going to tell you this. I don't want to start a whole shitting on the streamers and their medium. Because Definitely that's going to, like, remember the risk and reward. We won't gain fans from shitting on them. And all it's going to do is get a bunch of motherfuckers salty in our comments. But I do think we had a good conversation.
What I'm doing. Y'all don't be liking when we have honest conversations about shit. If y'all saw somebody saying that podcasting was dying, because I mean, hey, y'all not going to see me and Terrell say,
but there should be indicators. Tans, you'll say something like you said.
I gave you a couple indicators. You just don't like how early I am with them. I gave you indicators. Kai Cenat saying what he's saying. The streamers all falling off of it. The shit going political and going towards interviewing and being a platform. They were all indicators that
but they're also arguably at their height to the point where it's like, how can you say it's dying when they literally just did a big award show where they gave out the first time we've ever had a medium award show like that scale. All of the streamers are invested in different brands.
For real, the Oscars just had an award show. Golden Globes just had an award show.
Terrence, okay, but now we talking about streaming with the Oscars. Like, That's big, T. There was no reaction channel awards. You know, there was no reaction whatever award. And I'm not trying to bleed this, but I'll let you finish.
You're acting like I'm saying YouTube is dying. I'm not. This would be like somebody saying music reactions might not be the future. That don't mean YouTube is dying and that it won't be people on the platform having their way. We were talking really about a specific type of streamer, and I feel like people will be able to know that. It's like,
just know you started this whole thing by saying streaming is dying. I feel like streaming is dying.
But look,
and so it's like, all right, you got to prove that now.
Terrell, I do, and now that I've given you the whatevers, you still don't think it's enough because of the people who are outside of what I'm saying. But I don't think that I'm wrong in saying that. You can disagree with it. But me saying that, I have given you, Terrell, I've given you the proof.
I just disagree.
You can, but that's fine. I don't think that I'm shitting on streaming by saying that. I feel like I'm going based off, and if y'all don't like what I'm saying, I'm going based off of the big dogs and what they seem to be how they looking at streaming. The same way we looked at the musicians. Y'all look at me. I watched how the musicians looked at music, and now look at it. No one gave a fuck for real, for real. Everybody did their own thing and got out. Everybody want to have a whiskey or a clothing line or I got this. Nobody wants a record label. Nobody wants to push music. Everybody just want to I did music and now I'm doing this. And that's fine. But Terrell, let's say there's no money. Well, guess what? What does that say about the state of music? Or are you going to tell me I can't say that because Wale just put a good album out?
Terrence,
because that's put a good album out. You can't say that the state of music.
You're like, because I feel like there's a step in the whole shit that we gotta, if we're gonna talk about that, you're getting good music, right? Like you said, you got a bunch of good albums this year. But like you saying, you're not seeing people do that because there's no money in hip hop that way. There's no money anymore that way. I feel like being allotted for that. There's no money in breaking a new artist so that they can get streams, kinda, you know? Back in the day, it was like a little bit different because it was like, we can get her album in stores.
I know we just did the London, but if it ain't about the money, is that all it's about? Oh, people so ain't no money in it.
Because T, you got great hit. You don't even realize that you're saying that without saying it because we got great hip hop this year. But you'll still say, look at hip hop now. What are you referring to? You're probably referring to the fact that there's a lot of things that aren't in place no more. And it's not because the music got bad. It's because, well, people haven't been listening the same way. We talked about everything though, T. We talked about streaming, we talked about podcasting and all of the other exports that people use. And just the fact that like we already talked about with the old guard of hip hop, whatever. I feel like we got so far away from our Doechii, Adin Ross conversation.
I think we still having a good one. I think we still having a good one. The Critics' Choice Awards just kicks off the award season, and I think everybody has a lot of expectations this year for Sinners. People have a lot of expectations for a lot of movies that came out. I think we're gonna have a lot more people watching these award shows this year just to see if like Sinners does what it does. Can we say that, Terrell? You think that's because that's really to me the conversation outside of the Critics' Choice Awards. I don't know if you want to talk about the winners. We could talk about
well, the winners are it's the first round of indicators to Oscar, to big awards. All of the other ones, the Puerto Rico Film Festival, to this joint, to that joint is cool. But once you get to critics and then BAFTA and then Globes, you kind of can get an idea who's going to take.
Oscar's going to do what Oscars do.
Yeah.
It's still we always do this, but we always do this like, because they got the.
Now, yeah, we won't spend too much time on Critics' Choice.
Ever since they didn't give Chadwick the Oscar, it's like, y'all really better do y'all thing at the very top. But as far as Critics' Choice, I definitely feel like go ahead.
I'll just tell you some of the biggest stories from the night. Just first is going to be not as big as the other stories, but it was still kind of shocking to a lot of people. Best supporting actress went to Amy Madigan from Weapons. She won over the girl from Sinners. She won over Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. She won over Ariana Grande for Wicked. A lot of people were like, damn. Did you get to see Weapons, T?
No, we never saw Weapons.
Oh, damn.
Why do I feel like people told me Weapons was not good? Hey, whatever.
Terrence, there's a lot of people
That's
that
why I say
didn't.
2026, I'm watching movies on my own.
There's a lot of people that did not like Weapons, but I think more shocking for me with that news was the fact that she won because, bruh, she did a good, like, I guess, villain, but like she won over all of the three that people thought were going to win over her. I don't think anybody had her pegged to beat I forget her name from Sinners.
We don't got to talk about like the girl winning for Weapons over. Maybe it's just me. I looked at it like, okay, Critics' Choice made a choice. I don't think she's gonna win the Oscar. I don't think she's gonna win the Golden Globe. I don't think that this Critics' Choice win is an indication that like, oh, she about to now sweep. I think, like I said, we at a point now where politics are so much involved and like so much bullshit is so much involved now that like, how do we know what to even believe? They gonna pick whoever the fuck they want, and they have been doing this. If you ask me, I feel like the conversation is more about
what do you think about
happen, versus what is going to happen. Who did y'all want to win? That's the real conversation. Who should have won that, Terrell? Do you give it to Tiana? Do you give it to?
I would have given it to Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners. I would not have given it to
Wunmi for Sinners. I'm sorry, I don't think that
I have seen both films. I have seen both films. The girl from Weapons that played the scary old lady did not do shit close to that girl. And she's the one who won. Tiana Taylor or Ariana Grande, I could say I would even have taken Tiana Taylor. If you see what Tiana Taylor does in One Battle After Another, I feel like, man, Terrence, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that film. I just feel like Shorty shouldn't have went. I ain't trying to believe whatever.
I don't think that Wunmi put on a year-breaking performance in a supporting role in Sinners. I don't. I think we liked her role and her character more than she completely smoked it. And I think the opposite is, I think Delroy Lindo's character wasn't loved as much as everybody. I mean, as much as Wunmi's character. But I think he kind of smoked his performance.
The performances of the film is
considered more innocent. Maybe that's just me.
The performances of the film are MBJ, Lindo, and some people would even say Miles Caton, who won the Young Actors Award at the Critics' Choice, which is a new award, which was dope. And they did win Ensemble Cast Acting.
Yeah,
that's another though. Wunmi is a big part of that. So it's like giving it to the Weapons chick and not even just to Tiana Taylor, because you see One Battle won. One Battle ended up winning the big award. Let's talk about that. Yeah. One Battle After Another wins the big award. They say, Sinners fans, get used to it because these type films always are great during the year, but they don't win the big awards, right? So a lot of people feel like Sinners may not, even though they got the ensemble, even though Miles Caton won this, whatever, they don't feel like they'll be able to get Best Picture. They feel like this is kind of like the first indicator that One Battle may steal Best Picture. Now, I'm only 30 minutes into One Battle, so I can't really say yet. I can't really join the this is better until I finish it. But, I mean, it's a conversation that people are having as a Sinners fan. I, of course, want Sinners, but...
Yeah. I think it's important that we as Sinners fans just take out W now. Or we already won. The movie was great. The movie represented us. The movie satisfied us. We were able to go back and see it. It's a classic, original... Like the sky is the limit after. We don't need any validation from any of these award shows to feel like that movie was really good, you know? And I think Variety fucked it up a little bit in the beginning by challenging if the movie was good enough to have the success it did. So now we're all still kind of going through y'all still faking on this because we've seen Variety leave it off a top so-and-so list. This person leave Sinners off their list. So we're seeing some of the hate, and we don't want to see that type of hate translate during the award season. Because, bro, leaving them off of a Variety or a Rolling Stone top 20 list, that will translate if they don't get any awards. It'll look like This is that variety bullshit instead of just, and that's why I said, instead of us literally fogging our minds with that, we should just take it as a win and just know that like the validation that we always want from them that we end up never getting, it's not necessarily that important. We already took the W. We already got the biggest movie of the year. We already got the numbers backing us. We don't need their trophy to any trophy to say it's a win. But I really we want it though. I get wanting it. I want it for Ryan.
That is the message, because you are starting to see a lot of people like really want to go for Michael B. Jordan, really say, oh, he was robbed. And guess what, y'all? It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. It happened to everybody. They gave fucking Al Pacino the Oscar for Sin of a Woman or whatever that was over Denzel for Malcolm X. And if you look back, everybody would tell you that nobody give a fuck about that performance from Al Pacino as much as they do that Denzel performance.
But when you snub Al Pacino,
then what happens?
You snub Al Pacino for Godfather 2.
For Godfather 2.
Got Al Pacino for Scarface,
you got to pay him back. And unfortunately, it's Denzel's
yeah.
Some people would argue that, and it's not a cold take.
Will Smith won. I mean, Denzel won.
Some people would argue that Denzel played a crooked ass cop in Lonzo. And as a Denzel fan, looking back, what Denzel did in Flight, what Denzel did in Fences is, to me, light years harder than what he had to do as Lonzo. You got to be a terrible ass nigga. And it was one of the greatest performances of a terrible nigga of all time. I would never take anything away from it.
And yeah, Lonzo was about Lonzo was about aura. Lonzo was cooler than his character was this.
Yeah.
Had depth.
Will Smith's Ali in that same year.
It still hasn't been done better. There still hasn't been a better depiction.
Nobody has ever done a better Ali. And so I just say all that to say,
and Terrell, they got him back. King Richard. You can make the argument that it was not his year. He smacked a motherfucker across the face and they still had to pay him back.
The biggest example of it is Leonardo DiCaprio, who for years put up performances that people felt like he's being snubbed. And what happens? They pay him back with The Revenant. It didn't matter who, I forget who was nominated that year. We said they're giving Leo this year. If they don't this time, it was already an agenda out there against the Academy. They were going to give him that. And I say all of that to say, if they don't give Michael B. Jordan the award, if Coogler and them don't get Best Picture or whatever, like T's saying, you're starting to see too many people, and even me a little bit, get too wrapped into that. We already got the dub. That is the golden point of the whole shit. Sinners is what it is. We experienced it. We got the dub.
And then the last thing that I'll say is like the ensemble cast win. That to me is an indication. Like they always do this thing where they can tell us y'all did good, but it seems like specifically showing the love is always very contingent on a certain situation. So I feel like them winning best ensemble cast, you can give me best ensemble cast, man. I want that director. If you gonna give me best ensemble cast, somebody had to get all them motherfuckers together and make them the best cast.
And you give him screenplay. He got original screenplay and ensemble cast.
I want that director nod. That's it. You pay me when you nominate me. You honor me when you give me the win. But you pay me with the nomination. Like Michael B. Jordan, you got for not paid for that not like actual money, y'all, but like the respect is with the nomination. The honor is the win. And I feel like sometimes we discard the respect part because we really want that honor. But y'all got to realize everybody wants that honor. It's no race behind that honor. Matthew McConaughey want that shit. Look, Timothy Chalamet, they all want that same honor. It ain't about race with them. So that's why we can't, when we don't get it, make it about race with us. Let's all keep it. If we'll get nominated, that's when we start saying, all right, come on, this is bullshit. We was one of the best years of the year. But now that we here, let's just vibe. Let's get the all-inclusive drinks. Let's get the free whatever. Let's show up. Let's look good.
And man, fuck that.
If we get gold, then we gonna celebrate.
That sound like being all right. Well, just the bullshit you get. We still want it to be fair. They still better not give this fucking the girl from Weapons.
Terrell, just know we out
Award.
Glen Burnie. This is what I'm gonna tell Terrell, because Terrell gonna know what this means. We out Glen Burnie with it. This ain't our whatever. If they don't give y'all the trophies, we play AAU. We went to this Glen Burnie tournament. Like, it's not about us getting upset. It's about the validation, Terrell. We don't need it. We don't.
But like I said, I'm not cool with just letting systems be.
Shorty from Weapons winning over anybody. Yeah.
She should not. No, I'm sorry. She did a good job, but anybody who was a creepy ass old lady could have played her. I'm sorry. What the fuck did she do that was so? Anyway, that's just maybe I'm being too harsh. Let's talk about before we move on. What did you think about Timothée Chalamet getting up there, calling out basically? If you didn't get to see Timothée Chalamet, went up there and spoke to each of the nominees in his category. Michael, I just saw Sinners. Ethan Hawke, we read this person, that. A lot of people are starting to feel like Timmy getting a little, his ego is like beaming, right? Some people look at it as a bad thing. Some people see it as healthy for the medium. You know, what you think?
Yeah, 100% healthy.
Where do you fall?
100% healthy for the medium. But I've said this on the podcast previous. Timothée Chalamet has to understand the heat that he putting on himself with his confidence. And you ain't putting the heat on yourself with your fans or the people out here that's gonna watch your movies. You're putting the heat on yourself with your peers. I told Terrell, go look at that clip of all of the actors that they show. That first AD made sure that when Timothée Chalamet got up on that stage, he showed a bunch of different faces. And I told Terrell, what was very consistent with each face is everybody seemed to have this look like, this is my competition.
It looks like everybody wants to beat Timmy.
Everybody wants to beat you now because you stood on your thing.
Yeah.
Think about when Kanye was winning. Everybody low-key wanted to beat that nigga. And I feel like it makes the game healthier. It makes me say, I did not win, but watch this. That's the best thing ever for the industry. Somebody to say, I don't think it's no good rappers left. Oh, shit. Now you going to have, think about Kendrick saying, I'm the king of New York. That nigga started like he said, it's funny how one verse can fuck up the game.
Mm-hmm.
Timothée Chalamet needs to know that, like, the confidence that you have, bruh. Yeah, I have said it, and now it is here. Michael B. Jordan, when you gave him a shout out, he looked at you like, cool, bruh, but I'm winning in the Oscar. Everybody else looked like, cool, bruh, but cool. Like, oh, you think you hot shit. I actually been doing this for 20 years. Think about that.
What? You never had, and look,
you remember the Bradley Beal thing was like,
I am the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, right? If I'm Timothée Chalamet, beat me. Now you got to beat me. I'm true. Drake May. Since Timothée Chalamet had been talking so much cash shit in this rollout, people are trying to humble him. So when the first day numbers came out, it was like, why y'all try to act like this joint is flopping? And the reason why I think this is a W for Timothée Chalamet T is because of the fact that, like I was telling this dude online, I said, Timmy's starting to become box office. This dude was like, shout out to bruh. He said, how can you say Timothy's starting to become box office? He been out here forever. Like he done over the last few years, he been box office everywhere. But like Doom carries its own IP. There are fans of Doom.
What's the name is legit balling right now.
Terrence, they going crazy, T.
Marty Supreme.
That joint going crazy. And T, think about this, what I'm saying. Dune, he leads Dune, but Dune is its own IP. Everybody read the Dune books. Dune's been done before. It's a remake. So you can always throw that caveat in there. Same with Wonka. Wonka went crazy. You play Willy Wonka, but nigga, honestly, Willy Wonka is Willy Wonka. We can say, nigga, we could put anybody there. Marty Supreme is like his Leo's Aviator from 2004, 2006, or wherever that year that came out, where didn't nobody know about Howard Hughes like that for real for a whole movie. They went to go see that because Leo is starring, and it was Leo's first time after he had already did Titanic, big IP. Or even though it was just a big story, I guess you could kind of count Titanic, but like it feels like the first film by Timothée Chalamet that's led, and he killed box office strictly on his star power to bring to the film to get asses in seats. It's something to be celebrated.
it's
What? What can you say about that?
Timothée Chalamet has buzz. That's why I said he's more like a JD5, but like I haven't seen Marty Supreme. There's so many people who haven't seen Marty Supreme. And I was telling Candace this. I get scared these days that the award shows will do what they want, but then will also bend to a trend. We've seen that happen too.
Sure. I thought about that a little bit.
Timothy's the hot guy. Putting him on your stage does better for your show than putting Buddy, who actually
Ethan Hawke, yeah.
Putting Timmy on your stage right now, and he's on Drewski's could have been joined over here. He on this over here. He everywhere. We start to see the world start to do shit that's like, okay, do y'all really think bruh smoked it? Or are you inhaling the smoke that he might be blowing? Because bro is blowing a lot of it. You know what's also going cray? Better than Marty Supreme? That fucking the housemaid joint.
Bro, that joint
you gotta put respect on Sydney Sweeney, bro.
That was her punch back. That was her punch back. After the Wendy joint.
Yeah, we ain't gonna. I mean, but then we ain't gonna take it away from the fact of a chick that's in it, and you know what I'm saying. I feel like this movie is definitely a better movie, period, than the other movies that she was in. Not saying the other joint wasn't good, but they talked about how nobody really wanted to see a female boxer movie like that about whatever. That's up to y'all. I mean, $1 Million Baby was great, but long story less long, y'all. Me and Terrell can talk about box office and movie stuff all day. And I feel like I've been kind of fumbling a little bit at the end of last year. This year is my year for film, y'all. My year. And the reason why I say that is it's just me. It's going to be me in front of more shit. But I do feel like, it's time for us to be the adults. And y'all know what I mean by that? It's time for us to stop looking at stuff with the 18-year-old eye. And that means, like, it is okay for you to not like some shit that everybody else like. It's okay for you to have your own opinion. But you just, like Terrell said, you got to go about how you share that. Because you can just come off like hate. But I do think, Terrell, we got a lot of group herd mentality when it comes to certain films and performances. Like, it is okay for you to say you don't think One Me should win Best Supporting Actress, and you are not a hater of.
You're not wrong. You're not a hater for saying that. No,
you did not get it. You know,
once you introduce that, because think about it. We used to go to film school with people that we knew was hating, but in your pick, it's kind of like the industry. It's kind of how the industry is. Oh, okay. He's gonna make his pick because this is what he favored more out of the performances given. Even though we know he may have some racial bias, there may be some microaggression, there may be something that's keeping him from that way. We're still going to spot it and call it out. But once you introduce, you hating based on your pick, that just fucks the whole shit up. Because now we can literally say that about anything. You know? So I'm with you when it comes to that. You ain't wrong when it comes to that. Damn. Paul Thomas Anderson won Best Director over Coogler for Sinners. I really want to finish this film but you know what, T? I would say it, and I don't know how people would feel about it, and I don't know if I would want to put it in, but like, he won for Lincoln, right? You know how black people felt about the Lincoln portrayal. They made that motherfucker seem like he was just the most sanctified. We about to just free all the slaves. This is crazy what's happening to these blacks. Like, we didn't, but guess what? Same with There Will Be Blood and Daniel Day-Lewis. Anytime it's Paul Thomas Anderson, he's like the PTA just opened his mouth. So nobody want to talk about that part of it, though, you know?
Yeah. There's always the movie to rival our good movie that they gonna use. There's always the performance that rivals our good performance. That
there's always the Moonlight. I'm sorry. It's always the La La Land to the Moonlight.
But I feel like La La Land should have won Best Picture. That's just my opinion. La La Land was the best picture of the year. Moonlight was the most politically driven movie of the year. And they literally gave it to them on the stage at the end. The white dude was out there and they literally said, the teleprompter said one thing and the book said another thing. That's how
NFL playoff picture, man. The number 1 seed is who? Walk in your trap, take over your trap. First of all, speaking of walking your trap, take over your trap, we have to talk about, before we even talk about the playoff picture, T, and I don't even really have much to say about much of the games yesterday, but that Ravens Steelers game, bro. Man, y'all, I didn't get to see the missed field goal on the phone. I was actually on the phone with Terrence. And this nigga just randomly goes, he missed it. He told me Isaiah likely called it on the 20-something. The Ravens about to kick the field goal. And when I was like,
I did. I was like, Isaiah likely called it. The Ravens about to win.
I had already seen the graphic of Lamar fourth quarter. It was like Lamar in the fourth quarter, 2 TDs, 167 yards. I was like, Lamar is doing it. For that MVP to happen that way. Did you see all of the reactions that were all over the TL of people?
Yes, man. Yes. Hey, look, don't forget Seattle Seahawks, #1 seed on that East Coast side. Babe, 206. Let's stand tall, man. That's my squad.
You didn't believe in them. You picked the Rams, didn't you? Oh, no, yes, you did. Hold on, wait. Why I feel like you said I'm not picking the Seahawks or something recently. What am I thinking about?
Maybe it was a game against the Rams.
But anyway, NFL playoff picture. We could just
big shout out to.
Yeah. You go ahead.
I'm gonna just say big shout out to the Carolina Panthers, man. A lot of people are gonna give y'all some hate.
Hell yeah.
I have been in the same seat as y'all. Y'all made the playoffs. Y'all playing an extra game. It's not regular season. Shout out to Carolina Panthers. That's all I'm gonna say. Even though I feel like this gonna be the only game y'all playing.
I can say that I did not expect the Panthers to be in that seat. I did not expect that seat. At the Bryce Young them year last year, in the offseason, I was like, I don't know if they're going to do that. But real quick, the first games that we have, right, we'll start with the NFC, right? We got Rams versus Panthers, and let's just start there. Do we both think the Rams are going to win?
Yep.
Do you want to do it this way, Brody?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or do you want to do it a different way?
I think that's fine. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I think the Rams going to win.
The real question is,
the Rams been balling this year.
The real question is, do you think that the Rams, when they do play Seattle in that next round, right? Let's just go ahead and say who goes to that next AFC. Who do you see? Let's, without doing all of the bullshit. What do you see happening with this playoffs? Who do you see going to the NFC Conference Championship? Who do you think wins the NFC?
I think it's going to be between Seattle and Philly.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of y'all are maybe a little shocked to hear me say Philly. I got a Washington sweater on, but like Philly has playoff experience.
Yes, they did.
Reigning
Super Bowl.
champs.
They very much
Super Bowl experience. They are just a dangerous ass team. And guess what? We are looking at an NFC that is kind of up in the fucking air. And I think a good guess or a good team to kind of bank on is, to me, Seattle Seahawks. Such a great ass team. I feel like the momentum is vibing their way. Sam Darnold, to me, I feel like he's dope, man. Like, to go from what we thought you was going to be to what you are now, I feel like the Vikings look like fucking idiots. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, I like Seattle, but then I also like Philly because some of these teams scare me. Look, okay, bet. Green Bay versus Philly. Don't know. Carolina versus Philly, no. Rams versus Philly, we hope. But
that would be, and look, but are we sleeping on that San Francisco team that's not about to go out there and potentially beat Philly in the first round? That could happen.
No,
Philly going out there.
I don't think San Fran will beat Philly in the first round.
And I don't either. But I'm not putting it past it to just be like, oh, bet, shooting for Philly. San Francisco.
You even seen Kittle was like, go Trey Smith and so-and-so, go Trey McBride and so-and-so, because they was rooting for the Cardinals because they did not want Philly. Well, guess what? You got them. First round.
Honestly, though, if I'm them, I might have rather played Carolina at 4 if I could have got the 5 seed. I might have.
Yeah.
You know, you do want to play Carolina instead of Philly because they're the reigning champs. I'm going to, for the sake of time, I'm going to say that the only teams that I feel like could come out of the NFC, if I'm being realistic, I'm not confident in the Packers or the Cardinals, or the Panthers or the Bears. You saw the Bears lost last night.
It was like the Bears are going to be first round exits. We've been saying this all year.
I see maybe
first round exit Bears. Y'all can say I'm hating.
Damn,
when
they
y'all
play Green Bay. They might go out there and beat Green Bay again. Didn't they already beat them once?
I don't care. I feel like the Chicago Bears are going to just blow up in the playoffs. Chicago will either go to the Super Bowl or lose first round. But I don't think it's going to be an in-between. And I'm hoping that it ain't the Super Bowl.
Man, my pick for the NFC is the Rams. I feel like it's a Matt Stafford year. I feel like the Rams take it. I think they upset your 14-3 Seahawks in division rival fashion. I think it comes down to Seattle and the Rams in that next round. And I think the Rams are going to go on to play Philly, who's going to beat San Francisco and then beat whoever is the Green Bay and whatever. And I think Philly and the Rams, people are going to think it's going to be Eagles going back and the Rams or Seahawks T. I'll give you even that. It's going to be one of them two against Philly, though. But I don't think Philly will win. AFC, what you thinking?
AFC is funny because people are going to say we counted out the San Francisco 49ers. People are going to say we counted out the Bears, the Packers. AFC, maybe. Even though that number one seed is Denver, I just have a very, very, very large fear of Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Bro, did you see Trevor Lawrence has just balled the last 5 weeks? They've been balling. I don't think that they're going to win in the playoffs low-key like that. They scare me, but if Trevor Lawrence keeps playing like that, okay. I'm not a believer in CJ. I'm not a CJ Stroud believer. Y'all know that. I am not a believer in Pittsburgh. We got handed this opportunity. So low-key, whoever wins that game is, I'm not really too impressed with that game more so than I'm like,
okay. You know what I'm starting to think too? I'm starting to think if we would have got the number 2 seed and let New England had the number 1 seed. Like if we would have lost to the Chargers, that might have actually worked out in our favor because I am not going to lie. I'm nervous because we got to go up against the winner of Buffalo or Jacksonville. Literally the two teams that I'm most scared of in the AFC. I would have rather played the Chargers, the Patriots, or the Texans or Steelers. 100%.
I feel like y'all can beat Buffalo. I don't know what it is about Buffalo. I don't think it's Buffalo's year. I think Buffalo is going to lose. This is between Jacksonville, New England, and
Terrence. I don't know. I'm scared of Buffalo,
New England, and I am scared
of I'm not picking as much as the Jags are going crazy, right?
Yeah.
The Buffalo scare me because of how Josh Allen them can score, you know? Especially as a Broncos fan, where we might go out there and put up 19 and just hope our defense can stop them. But that's what scares me about us. I still can't count out Buffalo, bro. T. Buffalo could beat Jacksonville, beat our ass. It'd be in the AFC championship. Looking across at who? The Chargers. I think New England can beat them.
The Jaguars.
If they make it far.
The Jaguars have one less win than y'all. They literally have only lost 4 games this year.
And they
I feel like people literally be faking on them. I did not think that they were the team that they were until these last couple of weeks. And I'm like, damn, have I been sleeping on this team? So look, AFC, outside of my brother's Broncos, of course, wanting them to win, I'm thinking it's between the Jags and Patriots. As a JD5 fan, I would hate to see Drake May go to the fucking Super Bowl. Now we got to hear all of that. But low-key, the campaign that they got going on in New England is hot, bro. Me and An were talking about it. We could see a New England Rams Super Bowl, a New England Eagles Super Bowl. We could see a Denver-Seattle Super Bowl rematch. We could see a Denver-Rams Super Bowl. We could see a Jaguars-Panthers Super Bowl. We could see a Texans and fucking Bears Super Bowl.
That is the thing about this year. It is so up in the air for the first time. Like
somebody said this was one of the best regular seasons in NFL history, or one of their favorites. And even though like my Commanders have had one of the worst years,
It was a fun.
It wasn't
season,
that
bro.
bad of a season. Yeah, it wasn't.
It was a fun season. No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar in the playoffs for the first time. Like without the three of them, it's crazy. Josh Allen literally has the clean road to the Super Bowl. So we'll see how it goes.
Question I'm gonna ask you before we go.
Hold on,
Oh,
T.
wait, Trey.
My pick for the AFC. I got Pittsburgh beating Houston. I'm behind Tomlin. Them. I think they get at least one win.
I'm behind Pittsburgh beating Houston too.
I got New England coming out on top against the Chargers. But then again, I low-key got the Chargers sneaking out and beating the Patriots. But I'm going to pick the Patriots because I don't want to pick the Chargers, right? So I feel like Jacksonville will beat Buffalo in a very close one. And Josh Allen gets upset. I would actually love that, right? And then I honestly feel like we beat their ass. Do y'all think I'm about to pick the Jacksonville to beat us? I don't give a fuck that y'all beat us the first time.
The Bills about to come 6 in the division at 12-5.
It's
the Chargers. The Chargers are 11-6.
AFC stat. But guess what? Who's won, Terrence? Who's that won? And we played everybody. We played so many great. You can't say, oh, they didn't play nobody. Guess who you can't say that about? Us. You could just say they get lucky and win. But guess what? I don't see our defense slowing down in the playoffs. Jacksonville, we got a full game of tape on y'all. You're not beating us. Send my Broncos to the AFC Championship. I'm picking my Broncos to beat all these. We could beat all of these teams. Only team I'm scared of is Buffalo. And all I need is Jacksonville to beat Buffalo. And then I feel like we can figure it out with them.
I'd rather go head up with Buffalo than Jacksonville. I don't know what it is. I am not afraid of Josh Allen like everybody else. I swear I'm not so afraid of that man. If I was the Chiefs, I'd be afraid. Because there's something about the Chiefs and the Bills. But low-key, I just be feeling like, even did you see the Jets? Jets, look, no interceptions all season for the Jets. They set the record. But guess what? Josh Allen threw that pick. It was just dropped. Did you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Josh Allen threw that pick. And I swear that was, to me, I felt like that was one of the player props that people should have took, which was Josh Allen interception. Do you know that Josh Allen has had an interception in almost every game this year? That's not a fake stat. Josh Allen will throw a pick.
You know how you feel about your team? I feel like my Broncos will go out there. We didn't get it. Look, 49 seconds left. Josh Allen just got to get in field goal range. I'm most scared of him, of any other quarterback in the AFC being given that amount of time. That's not Patrick Mahomes. Like, if it come down to that. That's the only reason.
Look what Trevor Lawrence doing. Trevor Lawrence is showing that you don't want to give him time neither.
I'm only banking on the fact that we got a full game of tape that I feel like you're not going to be able to do that to our defense twice. We're not that ass.
They got a whole game of tape on y'all, and they gave y'all belt. What make you think y'all about to reverse that? Y'all need to be going against somebody that haven't gave y'all belt yet.
Maybe you
right to go up against the one team that legitimately gave y'all belt. You need to be rooting for Buffalo.
Maybe you're right.
Because look, y'all got this good defense. I would put that defense up against Josh Allen. Trevor Lawrence is low-key in his Duffy right now.
Do you see how we got screwed? Why couldn't we be on the damn winner of the...
Nah, yeah.
But like that's the cost of coming with one. You see, that's why
my Commanders went out there and we beat Philly, but that moved us from, I think, the 4th pick to the 7th pick. And a lot of our fans was not happy about that. Like, oh, we get out there and we get a moral fucking Josh Johnson win. And we all at the end of the game, oh, we're ending on a good foot. No, you're not. You're ending not going to the playoffs with a 5th win. Like,
yeah.
Or with a 5th win. Damn, we should have lost. Anyway,
man, put your thoughts in the comments, man. Who y'all think winning this motherfucking Super Bowl? We got a Bad Bunny halftime performance coming. We excited about that, man. Can't wait to see what he just decides to do, man. You know, especially if they're going to give him the creative control. It seems like they're giving artists more. We got to see Kendrick just kind of get his brain working and just see and come up with what he came with last season. I'm interested to see what Bunny gonna do, man, because Bunny know how to put on a show. That motherfucker put a beach in every stadium around the world for the Un Verano Sin Ti tour. So I'm interested to see what he does for this, man. It's the biggest stage ever. That's pretty much it, T, I guess, right? I think we cooked it. I think we cooked it. I will say this. I will say this real quick. Big shout out to everybody that is on the more tier on Patreon. We did shoot an episode of Dairy. Since I am now quarantined and can't shoot with Terrence, I'm gonna put that episode out. Normally we do the coming up. It just won't have that on it. But y'all can at least get the next episode of Dairy and then we right back. TV's here. Shout out to everybody that checked out the Music Monday. That's all I got. T, if you got anything before we go.
And of course, tomorrow we got the Behind the Bros dropping every Wednesday.
Yes.
Y'all know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Tapping in. Shout out to everybody who saw the last week's BTB, where we just have so much family fun, so much for the holidays. That's why y'all will see why I don't want to leave a holiday with the last BTB, but also it being my daughter's first Christmas. It's just something about this year. But definitely got a lot going on, a lot in motion, man. 2026 is a lot about expanding everything that we started last year. I feel like y'all are feeling good to start this year. We feeling good. Y'all know what to expect. And yeah, we just gonna make it happen, Captain.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Captain Crunch, man. I just got a feeling for a bowl of just regular Captain Crunch. Red box.
I got a box of Frosted Flakes. And guess what?
Frosted Flakes upstairs right now.
I got a quarter gallon of whole milk. I always tell Terrence, we all transition to almond milk and don't even realize that the cereal, it's not that the cereal don't hit like it used to. You started eating it with almond milk, and that is the catalyst.
And that is
to go back to. That's it. But y'all pray for my little one. He's good, but
we're gonna get him right.
Keep y'all little one safe, man. Take your vitamin C. Stay in good health. Until next week.